bit of a hot take. Honestly, I don't enjoy using streaming services anymore. In fact, using streaming services has become my least favorite way of engaging with media today. For what it's worth, it's not because of the typical reasons you'd expect, like being rightfully annoyed with the yearly price hikes, having to keep up with multiple subscriptions, opening up a streaming service, looking for something to watch only to feel like there's nothing to watch at all, the consistent show cancellations, and the long waits in between the seasons of a show. I don't enjoy using streaming services anymore because of two very different reasons. The first reason is that I miss Blockbuster and how it made me engage with movies. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe it's the rose-tinted glasses, but does anyone else remember how big of a deal going to Blockbuster was? It'd be a Friday night in the early 2000s. You and your parents would have nothing to do, so they take you to Blockbuster and you spend an hour just going up and down the aisles. You pick up movies, look at the cases, read the back of the cases, and then you'd struggle to choose what movie you would bring home. You finally choose a movie after a long, hard-fought debate. You grab some popcorn, grab some candy, check out, and then you'd run home immediately to go sit down with your family to watch whatever movie you rented. For that full week, you would rewatch the movie you rented multiple times as you eagerly awaited the following Friday. And the closer you got to that Friday, you'd hope that the movie you didn't choose last time was still there. Friday comes, you finally get to Blockbuster, run to that specific aisle you knew to go to, and there it was. The same movie you didn't choose last time. And in that moment, life felt amazing. The other reason I don't enjoy using streaming services anymore is because I often find myself getting distracted while trying to watch something on a streaming service. It sounds ridiculous, but if I attempt to watch something I don't entirely love, such as Jurassic Park, Batman 89, The Dark Knight, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, Blue Beetle, the first TMNT movie, or new episode of a show that I've been eagerly awaiting, I always end up doing something else while watching something. I'll check Discord on my phone, scroll TikTok, scroll Threads, or check Twitch to see who's streaming. It's like I can't fully immerse myself while using a streaming service anymore unless I'm sitting in front of a TV or watching something I truly adore. Now, ever since I noticed that I have this habit, I realized that it was something I'd like to try to change. That naturally led to me going down a rabbit hole. I started to watch videos about people going out of their way to use retro technology again, and some of the videos I stumbled upon inspired me to make a creative decision. I decided that it was time. That's right, after several long weeks of research and scrolling through eBay, I bought a portable DVD player from the early 2000s. I know, you're probably wondering, outside of the nostalgia, what made you buy this? What purpose can a portable DVD player serve when we have tablets, phones, Blu-ray players, and several other ways to watch movies and shows today? Wait, is this something I should do too? Believe it or not, yes, I have legitimate reasons as to why I bought this portable DVD player, and if you resonate with these reasons, maybe you should too. The first reason I bought this portable DVD player was portability. People are going to laugh at me, possibly call me old, or even think what I'm about to say is straight up wrong, but I don't feel like the technology we have today is legitimately portable anymore. iPads, Kindles, Android tablets, our phones, and even gaming devices like a Steam Deck no longer feel portable to me. They all feel identical at this point. They're just tablets that have obnoxiously big screens, way too much, and do the same exact things with maybe one or two differences. In my genuine opinion, devices that are similar in size to my portable DVD player is exactly what portability should look like. A perfect example of portability is the Nintendo DS. Nearly every variant of the Nintendo DS represents the absolute peak of handheld gaming. The second reason I bought this portable DVD player is because I wanted a distraction-free device that would allow me to finally enjoy movies and shows again. It's a hard truth to swallow, but as I mentioned earlier, recently I've been struggling to fully immerse myself while using streaming services due to having all these different apps and notifications we deal with on a daily basis. All of these apps and notifications have grown from being a necessity to being designed to do anything possible to grab our attention. Whether it's on our phone, your computer, your laptop, or tablet, it's like everything is trying to fight for our attention. It's obnoxious, tiresome, and incredibly infuriating to me. I hate that our society has grown to become people telling themselves they're gonna watch a movie or show only to end up mindlessly scrolling for 2, 3, sometimes even 4 hours. I never thought that I would ever become one of those people because, truth be told, I love movies. I love TV shows. I love discussing movies and shows. I love reviewing them here on YouTube and on Letterboxd. I love going to the movie theater more than anything else. At home though, it's like I can't help but get distracted while attempting to watch something, as I said, and it took a while for me to realize this. However, when I finally realized that I somehow ended up in this position, I decided that it was time to break that cycle and begin to rebuild the connection I once had with movies and TV shows. Owning this portable DVD player has been an absolute joy, and truthfully, it has impacted me in a way that I didn't anticipate. Prior to owning this portable DVD player, I never once cared about buying physical media that wasn't 4K Ultra HD. I used to say to myself, what's the point? I own a 4K Blu-ray player, and the 4K Ultra HD discs typically come with the Blu-ray disc, so who needs to buy Blu-ray discs these days? And besides, who wants to go out of their way to buy a DVD anymore? Now though, I no longer think that way, and it's all thanks to this little yet impactful device. Since I've owned this portable DVD player, I've watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Power Rangers Dino Thunder, the classic TMNT 80s cartoon, and one of my favorite DC movies ever made, Blue Beetle, on this little device almost every single night before going to sleep, instead of scrolling on my phone. Yes, that's right. For this video specifically, I put myself through a challenge. That challenge was forcing myself to replace scrolling on my phone every single night before going to sleep with watching something on this DVD player every single night instead for a full week. And although doing so was a lot harder than I like to admit, creating this routine began to suddenly recreate the same exciting feeling we used to get back in the day when we used to wake up early on a Saturday morning to watch some of our favorite cartoons. I actively began to look forward to binging old shows and watching old movies before going to sleep. This new nightly habit has brought me so much happiness that I'm currently in the middle of making a list of movies and shows I want to buy on DVD to specifically be able to watch them at night on this little device. From wanting to buy complete series like Hey Arnold and Rocket Power to collecting pivotal movies from my childhood like Holes and Chronicle, it's like the spark that I already had for collecting physical media has been reignited. And if you don't believe me, look, this is my gigantic binder filled with all of the DVDs I bought since I got my portable DVD player. This simple piece of retro technology has somehow managed to sprinkle a ton of happiness and magic into my life. That magic, believe it or not, comes from the simplicity of using a portable DVD player. I legitimately forgot what it was like to own a plug and play device where I don't have to worry about notifications popping up on my screen, Bluetooth not working, Wi-Fi issues, having to download an update for the device to even be usable, even if I don't want to download the latest update, downloading a patch before being able to play a game, having to continue a subscription to even be able to use a device, or even worse, having something I want to watch on my mind and then opening up a streaming service to find out it's no longer available. And if you think those aforementioned things aren't annoying, one of my best friends sent me a picture to show me that their refrigerator sends them notifications now. What are we doing? We have hit the point where every piece of smart technology we own today is soured by the fact that we're always being flooded by notifications, asked to pay a fee for a pointless subscription, and using them, always requiring having to do extra steps before the smart technology can do what it's intended to do. Gone are the days of simple plug and play or single use technology that provide a sense of enjoyment without getting in the way of itself or the users. You'd be shocked at how much relief I get knowing that when I do this, everything is good to go, and within 30 seconds, I'm watching exactly what I want to watch without any problem or issue whatsoever. No Wi-Fi problems, no notifications randomly popping up while I'm watching something, no update required to be downloaded before using it, no Bluetooth connectivity issues, and no temptation that may lead to me scrolling through several different apps, and of course, I don't have to worry about the media I love suddenly being gone from a streaming service. Words cannot express how much peace I've experienced and the amount of happiness I've gotten since I've gotten this portable DVD player. This portable DVD player has already brought me closer to the things that were important to me throughout my childhood, made me appreciate movies that I haven't watched in an extremely long time due to them not being on any streaming service, and the most important thing of all, physical media. Throughout the journey of making this video, I've grown to accept that I will always be a physical media person. I will always be pro physical media. I will always prefer to read books and comics physically rather than on a tablet. I will always pre-order physical copies of movies that I love after seeing them at the movie theater. I'm now going to go out of my way to collect DVD box sets of my favorite cartoons from my childhood or my favorite shows in general. And truth be told, this video has inspired me to start buying retro technology that will allow me to continue engaging with physical media, or retro technology that may give me a new creative passion, such as old cameras. To me, physical media is more than just having physical ownership of the media I love. While yes, that is typically the biggest selling point people use to convince others to become a physical media enthusiast, physical media for me is about having a genuine emotional connection to my favorite pieces of art and being able to passionately share stories or thoughts about those things. I want to be the type of person that could suggest a comic and rave about the art style, cool creative choices, or what some character moments meant to me. I'd like to be the type of person who could grab a few DVDs and show them to someone while I excitedly talk about how these movies or shows inspired me through different points of my life or help form the taste I have in shows and movies today. And you know, I'd also like to be the type of person who willingly shares their physical media with people around me to help inspire them to possibly build their own collections as well, or be able to simply help them revisit the things they're nostalgic for. I no longer approach my physical media purchases with the thought of needing to buy and collect every single thing I'm remotely interested in. I now approach my physical media purchases of wanting each and every purchase to be a meaningful purchase. The goal for me has become to have each piece of physical media that I own be reflective of who I am as a person. So as I build this physical media collection, it continues to hold a large sentimental value to me. That is the importance of physical media. It's not accidentally falling into the trap of overconsumption. It's not guilting people into buying things by constantly regurgitating the same points over and over again in hopes that people will understand why they should care about physical media. It's not trying to collect every single piece of media due to worrying about things possibly getting lost to time. Physical media is about having such a strong connection to art that you simply have to own it. That is what leads so many of us to collecting physical media. A movie, show, book, or video game resonated so much with us that we feel the need to add it to our own personal collection. A collection filled with things we care about. A collection that allows us to keep our inner child alive. A collection that you could show people and have the best down-to-earth conversations about pieces of art that genuinely mean something to you. A collection that allows us to control our sense of escapism. Trust me, I know that we can create the same collection digitally, and most will even argue that engaging with media digitally is way more convenient than attempting to do it physically. But for me, engaging with media digitally lacks the sense of connection we all found through Blockbuster back in the day. And if we want to recreate or keep that Blockbuster experience or Blockbuster magic we often get nostalgic about and yearn for, we have to go out of our way sometimes to make engaging with movies, shows, and video games a different experience every now and then. We could do exactly that through physical media. Physical media is one of the only ways we can healthily break away from the digital cycles we often find ourselves in, such as waiting for things to download and update, aimlessly scrolling through our phones, and opening up a streaming service hoping to find something to watch, only to spend more time looking for something to watch than actually watching something. Creating this video has been an incredibly long yet fulfilling journey for me. To be completely transparent with you, this is the first multiple month-long project I've ever done on YouTube. This video started out with a small idea and it snowballed into something much bigger than I expected. My hope is that this video encourages people to start a physical media collection if they've been on the fence, or maybe make a much smaller, albeit fun decision, such as buying retro technology and seeing how it changes their perspective on media or media usage habits. If this video resonated with you, I leave you with a request. Please feel free to share what physical media means to you in the comments down below. It can inspire others, and I'd love to read different stories about physical media impacting people. Also, if you're feeling incredibly generous, feel free to let me know what you think of this video. I'd like to make more videos like this about a plethora of different topics I'm passionate about, and I can't do so without hearing from you, the viewer.